Yo, yo. Um, I got a video today from little Benny boy. So let's see what he's got to say today.
And then we get Whoopi Goldberg, the specter of Whoopi Goldberg, saying that we have to suck it up. You know, we sucked it up when Trump won. In what way did Democrats suck it up when Trump won? We got 4 long years of you whining that Trump wasn't the actual president of the United States. Not hashtag not my president. The women.
True. Hashtag not my president. That was a thing, but I don't know if that was 4 years long. Maybe some people did. Maybe some people did.
Women's march in the immediate aftermath of Trump winning.
There was a women's march but here's why. I mean, he lost the popular vote, right? Let's not forget that. That was due to some electoral college stuff too. It wasn't just because people didn't like him. Although I will concede that seemed to be what it was.
We got huge Black Lives Matter protests throughout the summer.
Skirt. Nope. Those had nothing to do with Trump. That was racial justice for police. Why are you strawmanning this right now? You're a smart guy. You're a smart guy, Ben. Why are you strawmanning this? You know that's not what it was. You know, and also, well, George Floyd is one guy. Yeah, he was one guy, but this has been a pattern that's been going on, right? That's what it actually was. You think it was just Black Lives Matter started under Barack Obama. So you really, really sound like a fucking idiot right now. Like, you have this nice set, all this good equipment. I'm sure you've got like producers and stuff, but you couldn't do the cursory search to figure that out. Wow, dude, that's fucking crazy.
The idea being that Trump was the font head of systemic American racism. We got the media and their collusion narrative that went on for years.
No, dude. No one ever said that Trump was the head of systemic racism. What he did was he took the mask off and he made it okay, I think is the allegation that people were levying against him, which I might be inclined to agree with. I don't know. I didn't really think of the racism aspect too much. I mean, it definitely seems like he is, right? Because he had a real hard time denouncing these white supremacy and like white power groups and stuff like that. And here's where you guys say, oh, no, he denounced them here. Yeah, days later and not on time. Not the way you would want him to. Let's be real. Let's be real. If you really think that that was a good denunciation, okay, sure. We agree very differently on things.
On end despite lack of evidence. We got an impeachment. At what point did Democrats actually come to terms?
The impeachment was such horseshit, dude. I'm actually with Benny Boy on this one. That was such a waste of time and energy when we could have been actually fighting back. Bernie could have been out there campaigning to do a better job so we wouldn't have gotten fucking horrific Biden. But, yeah, that impeachment was total horseshit.
The fact that Trump had won. They never came to terms. Which is why they're so celebratory now, because they think that now reality has snapped back into place. But spare me, really, all of this stuff is just, ugh. All these people who are unwilling to accept the results of election now going, you guys, you got to grow up. I'm not willing to hear that from you. I'm sorry, Whoopi Goldberg.
So now you're going to take the moral high ground because you're doing the same thing that you had been laughing at them doing for 4 years? Allegedly? I don't know. I always took it, yeah, Trump's the president. Sucks ass, but it is what it fucking is, right? Yeah, and I've covered this a little bit before, but it seems like the Trump people relished in the fact that the liberals didn't get what they wanted, right? They did. And now that Trump lost, everyone's coping. You guys are trying to cope so hard. It's fraud. It's this. It's that. Okay, dude. Whatever, man. Stop crying then and wait for it to be overturned. What are you talking about? But now when you're crying, it's justified, and you're crying harder than when they cried. Are we seeing how this is unequal? But I understand what you're saying. It's just fucking stupid.
I think you have, I think you literally have no leg to stand on here. This is, well, not literally. I assume you have legs, but you have no leg to stand on here. Here's Whoopi Goldberg.
When you know who was elected 4 years ago?
Oh my God. Whoopi Goldberg. I hate Whoopi Goldberg so much. Calling him you-know-who. Like, what kind of fucking child are you? You're an old-ass lady. You should be wise enough to know that people can handle he who must not be named. What is this, fucking Harry Potter? Oh my God. This is the performative bullshit that conservatives love because it absolutely stands for absolutely fucking nothing. And you get it from these pieces of shit like Whoopi fucking Goldberg. She don't care about me. She don't fucking care about you. But guess who else doesn't? Donald fucking Trump. Shut up, Ben Shapiro. But I really do think that Whoopi Goldberg should just go away. She should just go away. She is just a liberal fucking nightmare on the wrong side of literally everything. Anyway, I digress. Let the lady speak.
You know, Hillary Clinton didn't say, hey, wait a minute, this doesn't feel right, stop the count. She didn't say, this isn't right, I'm not going for it. She didn't say any of that. So all of you, suck it up. Suck it up.
I get what you're saying. Like, yeah, like she didn't say stop the count. No, but she did go hard on the Russiagate shit, right? I mean, she's still talking about it. She's still calling people Russian assets, Tulsi Gabbard. Like, what do you... Just because she didn't actually say stop the vote, she claimed it was fraud in a different way. So Whoopi Goldberg, I mean, Benny Boy's right on this. She personally has no leg to stand on Hillary Clinton. And Whoopi Goldberg is making a bad fucking argument bringing Hillary Clinton into it. Why would you bring her? She is the worst example of anything to bring in. Mainly because no one likes her. Everyone fucking hates her, except rich, liberal, elite people like you, Whoopi. So this is a bad argument coming from you. I wish you would make better arguments.
Like we sucked it up. And if you are not sure that you're comfortable with Joe Biden, do what we did. Find things and then take it to the law. And if the law says it's something to look at it. But from now on, suck it up.
Okay, that is literally what is happening right now. People are literally going to the courts. They're literally filing affidavits. Okay, so in the meantime, Attorney General William Barr...
Wait. Okay, Ben, people are doing that, but are you going to act like there's nothing else going on? That's it? That there's not people fucking going crazy in the streets right now, rushing election counting offices, screaming about fraud in every direction, completely baseless. They have no evidence for it. They have whispers in this, but if they're pressed for actual evidence, they can't figure out anything. You got your buddy Steven Crowder, he had the video of the wagon, with the mysterious votes in the night in the van. Turned out to be the fucking camera guy's equipment, and he just didn't want to hold it because it was heavy. Like, you guys are crazy. And to even think that the only thing you guys are doing is, like, through the legal channels, that is such a bullshit claim to make, and you're showing your fucking ass right now, sir. Big time.
Put out a memo to assistant U.S. attorneys all over the United States telling them that if they see credible evidence of election fraud, then they should investigate it. This is being taken by the media as a sign that William Barr has militarized on behalf of the Trump campaign. Literally changed no legal standard. Okay, so the headlines are, William Barr initiates investigation.
Did you see the clip of old daddy Barr when a reporter asked him, will you take the election results? It was something to the effect of like, will you take the election results as they are and continue with the new presidency? And he said, we will successfully go into a second term of Trump. Does that not seem partisan to you? And if you say it doesn't, you're a fucking liar. You're a fucking liar, dude. You can't look anyone in the eye and say that. So when he says that, does that not give you the inkling that maybe he has a side? Does that not? Or no? Are we not going to take that fact into account? This guy gets worse.
And the media are like, yeah, but we don't see any evidence of serious widespread voter fraud. That's not what the letter says. So here's what William Barr's letter actually says. He's the Attorney General. Here's what he actually says. And by the way, people are saying that this is him, basically trying to please Donald Trump, that this whole thing is about him trying to appease Donald Trump because Donald Trump doesn't want to accept that he lost the election or something. What if the reason that William Barr is doing this, here's a possible take. What if the reason William Barr is doing this is because, number one, there may actually be credible allegations of voter fraud out there that are worth investigating, and two, if there are not, it is good for the DOJ to be on record saying that they were investigating those things so people feel more safe and secure after the election is over.
Yeah, that could be what's going on, Ben. But I would ask, why do you completely disregard that it could be the other way? Because we all know that Donald Trump loves to play dictator. And when I say that, I just mean he wants everyone just to grovel at him on meetings. Every time we see a meeting with someone where he's there, they start with, I just want to first thank Donald Trump for letting me run my tongue all along the bottom of his shit-smeared boot. Oh, man, it tasted delicious. Thank you so much. That's how they all start it. And anyone who criticizes him gets axed, and he hates them. And anyone who says anything good about them, he's completely in love with. Like, so why are you finding it discredible? I would challenge you to think that, but I have a feeling that you ain't thinking with logic. No, you're thinking from that cheddar, son. Who's paying you?
Did it ever occur to anybody that the reason this process exists is so that when the election is over, people at least are able to point to the court cases and to the investigations and say they came up empty? Right? It turns out that the Mueller investigation It was bad, and it was badly predicated, but the Mueller investigation did justify Trump's claims that there was no collusion. Made it very difficult for Democrats to claim there was collusion. Well, after this election, let's say that the DOJ comes up with no serious allegations of widespread voter fraud. It's going to be a lot easier for people to point to that and say, okay, there was no widespread voter fraud that decided the election. The purpose of the process is not to come to a preset end. The purpose of the process is to ensure the integrity of the election.
Okay. If that's what it's really about, yeah, sure, let's do it. Let's do it. But like I said, we've already seen the guy who's going to be in head of this saying that he's going to usher in a second presidency of Trump. So he's already got motives, right, to make this look bad. Things were put in place. You know what else? You know what, Ben? Let's talk about it then. You know what else was put in place? How about the Patriot Act that completely destroyed our right to illegal search and seizure and our right to privacy? How about that? That was put in place. That was put in place to protect us from terrorism, right? But that's not what it's doing. So just because something's put in place for a reason doesn't mean necessarily that's the motivation of that entity, group, or person. And the fact that you would suggest that that could be his only motive is horseshit. And like I said, you're showing your lack of critical thinking skills. I don't know if that yarmulke is a little too tight on your head, but maybe loosen it up a notch or two, because it seems to be constricting the blood flow to where the logic comes from. So just get a bigger size. I don't want you to not wear a yarmulke at all. I love that you wear it. I love that you have your beliefs, but you need a bigger size, sir, because you ain't thinking right, and you fucking really need to figure your shit out because you sound horrifically stupid. Sorry.